Brother Paul, why do you base all your teaching on internal destination, internal destination, internal destination? Why are you so interested in internal destination? Fact, simple. Reason number one, we are living in an unpredicted generation where you does not know what will happen tomorrow. Middle East is boiling. Southeast Asia is boiling. Europe is boiling. Africa is boiling. America is boiling because she has hand in all these things around the world. We are experiencing Ukraine and Russia today. We are experiencing Iran, Hezbollah, Hamas, Hutus, or whatsoever they call themselves, and many other terrorist groups against Israel. Here in Asia, we know about North Korea and South Korea, and we also know about China and Taiwan. And in Africa, that one is totally destroyed because no part of that continent that is not in a big conflict. Where do you want to mention in Africa that you can say is safe? Give me just one example. Congo is in a crisis. Nigeria is in crisis. Ghana is in a bigger crisis. Cameroon is in crisis. Where do you want to mention? Just give me one example. Do you want to tell me how about the rest? Like, where do you want to mention? Gambia. I was talking to one of my friend from western part of Africa, not Nigeria. I can't remember his country again. And he is a Muslim. Like it's very clear, almost 99.9% of Muslims, almost, okay, let me be moderate. Almost 60% of Muslims around the world are supporting Iran, Hamas, Hezbollah, and the rest of them. They don't even want to know your opinion. Once it is against Israel, they are going to vote yes on it, right? So this guy is a Muslim, and I was talking to him. I don't know how we began to discuss the Middle East. And he said to me that some of his friends are donating money to send it to Hamas, send it to all these people in order to help the people in Gaza or perhaps to support these groups. But he refused to donate and they see him as a bad person. I said, why? He said to me, do I know what is happening in his own home country? And nobody cares about them, not even the fellow Muslim brothers. But something that is happening in another continent, that is what they want him to contribute money for. And his village, his children cannot even go to school because of the level of crisis there caused by this same jihadist agenda there. He said to me, no, he cannot. He doesn't care about Middle East. Whatsoever they want to do there, they should. They are battling their own struggle in their own country, and nobody cares. Not even the neighbors. But the reality here is, if you look at the entire Europe, right, the one of the most, in fact, the most civilized continent here on earth, they are also living in fear of uncertainty. That's why they keep falling in alliance and this and that. But even among those allies, there is no complete trust among themselves. So, why do they keep joining alliance? Because nobody knows what will happen tomorrow. A little mistake might lead to the destruction of almost 60% of living things here on earth, which we don't pray for, but is uncertainty. If you try to study the argument between China and Taiwan, you will see that if any little mistake is made, it will not be very fair. How about Korea? The same thing. Tell me the strategy to stop the conflict now in the Middle East is almost unpredictable. Who will step down for who? Africa is just unimaginable because where will you start? There is corruption, there is political crisis, there is tribal crisis, there is religious crisis, and all these things are taking lives on daily basis. If you go to Nigeria, life of a human being is no more considered as something. Vegetable worth more than a life of a living human being in Nigeria today. It's not just Nigeria. Any state, mention any state in Africa. Do you want to tell me South Africa? South Africa has more crises than any other state in Africa because the other crisis in other states in Africa can be defined. But the one in South Africa is you cannot even define it because it looks so people are behaving like humans without sense, taking unnecessary actions. So, this is the reason why I always talk about internal destination. Because if you know that you, as a young person, does not have the guarantee, not even 5% guarantee that you will be 70 and above, I think that is enough call for you to get yourself ready for anything at any moment. Then you that have clocked 70 and above, you are more than lucky. But can you rethink about your past life and correct where you have gotten it wrong? Make a correction. The most luckiest person on this planet Earth is a living human being. Once you are still alive, you have 1.1 billion% chances to correct the wrong. But once you cannot breathe, it is over. No prayer of anybody can save you again. So, my dear brothers and my sisters, may the Lord open your eyes of understanding to correct the errors when it can be corrected. Shalom.